A Day in Rome, Indiana. The eternal city of Rome, where ancient ruins stand side by side with bustling modern streets, lived a young historian named Lucia. Rome, with its rich history and timeless beauty, had always been a place of fascination for Lucia. She had moved to the city to study its past and discover the secrets hidden in its cobblestone streets and majestic monuments. Lucia lived in a small apartment near the Piazza Navona, a lively square known for its beautiful fountains and vibrant atmosphere. Every morning, she would wake up to the sound of church bells ringing and the smell of freshly baked bread from the nearby bakery. She loved the rhythm of the city and the way history seemed to come alive around every corner. One bright spring morning, Lucia decided to spend the day exploring some of Rome's most iconic landmarks. With a notebook and a camera in hand, she set out from her apartment, eager to immerse herself in the city's rich heritage. Her first stop was the Colosseum, the ancient amphitheater that had once hosted gladiatorial contests and grand spectacles. As she approached the massive structure, she marveled at its grandeur and the engineering skill of the Romans who had built it nearly 2,000 years ago. She joined a guided tour, listening intently to the stories of the gladiators and the emperors who had walked these halls. After the tour, Lucia sat on a bench outside the Colosseum, sketching its impressive arches and columns. She imagined the roar of the crowds and the clash of swords that had once filled the arena. The sense of history was palpable, and she felt a deep connection to the past. From the Colosseum, Lucia made her way to the Roman Forum, the heart of ancient Rome. The Forum was a sprawling plaza filled with ruins of temples, basilicas, and public buildings. As she walked among the remnants of ancient columns and statues, she tried to picture the bustling activity that had once taken place here. She paused at the Temple of Saturn, one of the oldest structures in the Forum, and took a moment to reflect on the passage of time. Next, Lucia climbed the Palatine Hill, one of the 7 hills of Rome and the legendary birthplace of the city. The hill offered stunning views of the Forum and the city beyond. She found a quiet spot under a shady tree and took out her notebook, jotting down her thoughts and observations. The peaceful surroundings and the distant sound of the city below created a perfect backdrop for contemplation. Feeling inspired, Lucia decided to visit the Capitoline Museums, which housed a vast collection of ancient Roman art and artifacts. She wandered through the galleries, admiring the intricate sculptures, mosaics, and frescoes that told the story of Rome's illustrious past. She spent hours studying the details of each piece, fascinated by the artistry and craftsmanship of the ancient Romans. As the afternoon turned into evening, Lucia made her way to the Pantheon, one of the best-preserved buildings from ancient Rome. The Pantheon's massive dome and its oculus, which allowed natural light to flood the interior, were architectural marvels. Inside, the atmosphere was serene and awe-inspiring. Lucia sat quietly, gazing up at the dome and thinking about the ingenuity of the builders who had created this masterpiece. With the sun setting, Lucia walked to the Trevi Fountain, a stunning Baroque fountain that attracted visitors from all over the world. She joined the crowd of tourists, each waiting for their turn to toss a coin into the fountain. According to legend, throwing a coin into the Trevi Fountain ensured a return to Rome. Lucia smiled as she tossed her coin, feeling a sense of joy and gratitude for the day she had spent exploring the city. Her final stop was the Spanish Steps, a grand staircase that led up to the Trinita dei Monti church. The steps were crowded with people enjoying the warm evening air. Lucia climbed to the top and looked out over the city, the lights of Rome twinkling in the twilight. She felt a profound sense of belonging and fulfillment. As she made her way back to her apartment, Lucia reflected on the day's adventures. Rome had once again revealed its magic to her, each landmark telling a story of its own. She felt connected to the history and the people who had shaped this incredible city. Lucia knew that her journey in Rome was far from over. There were still many more places to explore, stories to uncover, and mysteries to solve. The city of Rome, with its timeless charm and endless layers of history, would always be a source of inspiration and wonder for her. The story of Lucia and her day in Rome became a cherished memory, a reminder of the beauty and richness that could be found in the heart of the eternal city. Her journey through Rome was a testament to the power of history, the joy of discovery, and the enduring allure of one of the world's greatest cities.